Good morning, everyone. I'm Marg from Creative Stamping with Marg. Welcome to another Wednesday video. Today we are going to make a double easel card, and it's a really easy one, but a very effective fun fold. I really like it. And I'm going to show you kind of a masculine version and a female version that I made. So let's go down to my desk. Right. There we go. Right, there we are. Okay, you can see on my desk that I have the latest paper pumpkin flyer. This one, you would have to subscribe by June the 10th. It is called Full of Charm, and it says it coordinates with the Floral Charm Suite collection. Now, this is something that doesn't exist right now, and I'm assuming that it's going to be a new online exclusive. Not 100% sure. So nobody seems to know the answer about that one. I haven't seen anything about it yet, so it remains to come to us, I guess. All right, this kit is going to make 9 cards, 3 of 3 designs. Envelopes and card bases are going to have some gold foil on them. Pre-cut paper pieces and unique sentiment labels. So I'm not sure what that means. The ink spot is Pretty Peacock. So that's going to be a lovely one. It looks beautiful, lots of flowers. All right, and the coordinating dies for this group for April, May, and June. So the June coordinating dies are those two with leaves and that flower. So as you can see, that flower kind of mimics these flowers that are here, maybe these ones here. So those are the add-on dies. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can add these dies on. They are $16.50 for this set of dies. And the number is 166238. All right, so that's our next paper pumpkin coming up. And I've got the new annual catalog on my desk. I've got mine all with all its tags in it, all its page markers, so I can find things quickly. So if you are in Canada and you don't have a demonstrator and you would like a catalog, I would be pleased to send you one if you contact me. So my contact information is up here. My email is mrgorn@shaw.ca. My website is margaretgorn.stampinup.net. So you can contact me either way and try to get these wonderful catalog into your hands. All right, today I mentioned we're going to make a double easel card. So I am using the Returning Country Woods paper, and I'm just going to show you it. If you're not familiar with it, it was in our annual catalog last year, and they have carried it over. So it is on page 119, and it's this one with all the wood grain paper. I love it. It makes great masculine cards. So I'm really thankful that they carried that one over. All right, so that's the paper we're using. And we'll start with a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and it will be opening like this. So it's a top fold or a tent fold with that one. Then you need another piece of DSP, cardstock coordinating with your paper. So this piece is crumb cake. This piece is early espresso. This piece is 4 by 10 3/8. So you're going to trim off your 11-inch there to 10 3/8. It is scored at 2 1/2 and at 5. The secret with this card is to really burnish your folds really, really well. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again just to make sure that they're really burnished well, because you want it to stand properly, and you'll see what I mean when we get it assembled. If you've never seen a double easel, this is a really simple card. So basically what's going to happen is I am going to attach this to the front of my card like that, and it's going to stand like this. So you can see the sideways view here. That's all there is to it. So it's very easy. So there's our 2 pieces of DSP. You'll need something for your label on the front, and I have used the Stylish Shapes dies, and I have used, just bring them in here, sorry. This is Basic Beige, and I've used the second largest circle to cut this. Okay, and And I've also used as a coordinating, I've chosen the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I have used that one in Early Espresso, and it's the second largest here, and I call this one the dots and dashes. It's got dots and dashes on it, so that's the one I cut for that, and this will sit right inside of it. Okay, and I have another piece of basic beige that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. That's for the inside. And now our DSP. Again, I told you it was Country Woods. I've chosen this stripe. I love this stripe. So this piece of DSP is 3 7/8 by 5 1/4, and it's going to fit right in here. And now I've said that, I guess that's correct. Yeah, so it's going to go right on there. And then you need 2 pieces of DSP, one here and one here. You don't have to put one here if you don't want to, but I like the way it looks. So I've chosen this other in the same package of paper, Country Woods. It's the turquoise on this side and the wood grain on this side. You could use either side, would work on this. So they both look good, but I ended up choosing this one. So this one for the inside here is going to go there. And then I've got another piece exactly the same size. Sorry, that piece is 2 3/8 by 3 7/8. And I've got one exactly the same size, but I ran this one, so it's exactly the same paper. I ran it through the mini, I don't know if you can see that, mini corrugated embossing folder, which is a new folder. It's an online folder. So it looks like this. We had a corrugated folder before. This one is a bit different. It's a bit smaller corrugations. Okay, it's a really nice one. So that's the mini corrugated 3D embossing folder. So I did emboss this one piece. I'm going to put it on the front. Then I have a strip, a 1/2 inch by, I guess it's 3 7/8 because it came off the top of this, to put on the inside. I also am going to try to use some of our Baker's Twine. This one is Crumb Cake, and it comes in the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. So you get 5 different colors. I'm using the Crumb Cake. All right. The stamp sets I've pulled today to use for the greeting is the Trusty Tools. I'm thinking about Father's Day. I'm thinking about a masculine card. This one I am making into a Father's Day card. So it says Happy Father's Day on it. Has all the tools. And it coordinated with a celebration paper that we had. But you don't have to use that, of course. And the dies has a set of dies that coordinate with it. 20 different dies. And they cut out the tools and the paintbrush and all the things. There's some extra pieces. There's one die in here that I really like, and I am going to use it today, I think. And I cut out some nuts and bolts. So it's this little die here, and it cuts out 3 separate pieces. So we'll look at that after, but I thought that might embellish this card a little bit. So I'm going to drop that back into there so I don't lose it. All right. So let's get started assembling. I'm going to move all this out of the way for now, and I'll bring in my silicone mat, and I think we'll start gluing our pieces on. So simple enough, I'm going to use my liquid glue and attach this piece. This is the reverse of this DSP, which I really like. Oh, this is a new glue, and it's very, very juicy. Okay, I'm just centering this on this piece, and it just has that little tiny border around it. Okay, so it goes on like that. The plain piece that I didn't emboss, I am going to put in here. And again, you don't have to, because you'll see when this stands, you don't really see it when it's standing, but I kind of like to finish it off. And it is just a small piece of designer series paper. So again, this piece just fits in here, and you're kind of guiding it, looking at your edges so that it matches up to the piece above. So it goes like that. And then this piece, the corrugated piece, I'm going to put it on the front here. So this is going to require just a little more glue to get into the grooves. Here we go. So I will put that piece on. Sorry, it's moving around on me here. Didn't mean for that to happen. All right, so that's it. That's our pieces. Just let that set for a second. And then that whole piece is going to be attached to the front of our card, just like this. And it will stand like that. Okay, I have a decision to make. I decided that I was going to use that twine. And what I did was I cut 5 pieces. This is the crumb cake. 5 pieces, and I think they were 6.5 or 7 inches long. And I tied a knot on either end. And I thought I might put it across here just for something. So my thought was to put that across there, and I'm going to attach my greeting onto the front here like this. And I thought, with that sticking out, would that look all right? And again, the card is going to stand open. It's not going to be against that. Or I could put this across the bottom here. But I kind of liked it across the top. So I have to make my decision before I attach this piece to my main card base. So I think I will put it up here. And the way I normally attach ribbon or twine is I just take the ends to the back and I put regular Scotch tape on it. And it'll hold it in place till I glue it. So what I do is I'm going to spread them all out. I'm just going to put tape on them like that on the ends. And I'm going to put it across here. Like, I kind of want the knot to show. So just like that. And the beauty of Scotch tape is I can always pull it and move it if I want to. So, okay, just going to untwist that. And I'm thinking I want to pull this a little tighter because I want to move this over a little bit. Back it up a bit. Just a minute. Oh, sorry. Because I want both knots to be showing. So how about there? Like that. That way. And then sort of untwist my twine there. And then put this here. Like that. Oops. Do want to make sure that it is on here straight. That looks pretty good, I think. And I just thought that just added something because it's hard to embellish a masculine card, I find. All right, so that I was going to put like that. I'm going to attach this to the front of my card, and then we'll do our front. But I think before I do that, I will put my piece in the inside. What I have here is the basic beige piece, and I'm just going to, I'm not stamping anything on here. If you were stamping, I would suggest you do it first before you glue this in. And remember, I have this little stripe piece, which I want to mimic this, so I want to put it in the same kind of order. It doesn't go from side to side, but it goes like that. So I think I'm just going to center this from side to side. Making sure it's straight like that, and then I will put this piece on the bottom. So this is an easy card to put together. A little bit more cardstock used in this one because you're using like almost two card bases in a way. You've got the main base, and then you've got this one with the folds in it. But I think it's very effective, and I just think it's different, and I do think it works for masculine or feminine. I don't think it matters. Of course, it depends on the paper you're choosing. All right, so I think I will put this on. So you can see my tape on the back here. It will hold that. You can also use tear and tape. Works also. Okay, so I've just got it folded up, and I'm just going to turn it over. Now what I want to do is I want to have it, you've got to watch the bottom edge doesn't go over your bottom edge of your card here. And it's not really centered in the sense top to bottom this time. It's just side to side Just going to pull it up a little bit, side to side, like that. Okay. All right, there we go. So there it stands like that. You can see it from the side view, like that. Okay. So now for our greeting on the front, again, you can put some kind of a greeting across here. I could have done that. I'll show you a different card that I made, and you'll see what I did with it, a little different. So here's my circle, and I just thought I would place it like that, and it can somewhat cover that rope piece that I put there. And I've already stamped this. So I stamped it with Happy Father's Day. Comes from the Trusty Tools. It is one long greeting. I just stamped the Father's Day first, and then I masked it off the happy, and then I masked off the Father's Day and put the happy on top so it was centered. And then I don't know if you can see, but I used basic beige ink, and I stamped it off, and I used the I don't know what you call it, hash marks that come in the Spotlight in Nature, this little stamp. Sorry, get the glare out of there. That little stamp there, just to give the background a little interest. All right, so I'm just going to center that and glue it onto here. I'm wondering if I want it up on dimensionals. This card isn't, I might put it up on dimensionals just for something different. I haven't done that in a while. I will glue this flap down onto just onto this piece. So it's just going to be glued onto here. So however I want it, center it. And I like it kind of sort of covering that rope at the top. So I think you can turn it this way. You can turn it to the wrong side and put it the way you want it on here, like that. And then you know exactly where you want to put your glue. So that's what I'm going to do. This is the wrong side, remember? So I'm just going to put the glue up to this fold, just like that. That's the only place it's going to be glued. Okay, now I know it's in the right spot. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put it down. I just have to make sure this is the edge right there, right like that. Don't have it quite in the right spot yet, just a sec. Just wiggling it around so I can see the glue on the back. And I need it centered. Okay, I'm going to put it down again. And I'm going to center it. That's the one thing about liquid glue, is you have all that time for wiggle room. Good. If there's any glue showing on the back, which I see there is a little bit there, I will just take my glue eraser and erase that when it's dry. Okay, there we go. Then I will put this up on dimensionals, and our card is pretty close to being done. Just going to put 3 like that. Remove your dimensional backs. Just like that. Okay. And center it in the middle here. There we go. There's our card. And it opens like this, like they're going to open the card and go, this is interesting, but then find that it opens this way and your message or whatever will be on the inside, and it stands like that. So I like the look of it. Now, I did use that die that I told you with the nuts and bolts on it because I just thought, I'd like to embellish it in some way. So we do have copper foil. I'll just go back to my catalog. It is on page 115. It's called Textured Metallic 12 by 12 Specialty Paper. You get copper, gold, and tungsten. So you could use the copper. I thought the copper would look good on here. I don't have this actual paper, but I do have some old copper paper that I used. So I will show you what I did, and you would get the idea. So I cut out these bolts. Let's move this out of the way. And I just wondered if I maybe could just attach some of these. They're not easy to pick up. Just attach them, I don't know, in a random pattern. That's the hexagon one, and then there's a round washer here, I think. You know, you could just attach them like that to give it some interest sake. Let's see, I'll bring that up to you if you like that, or you could put it, I kind of like it down here because I thought it might, I don't want it to look, I don't know how I want it to look yet. That, I cut out 2 sets, so I do have 6 of them, so I mean, I could put some more on here too. I could put another bunch on here, maybe over on this side, maybe do 5, just because 5 is our number usually that we like. You know, something like that. You could just scatter them on there. I think that looks good. You could put them up here if you wanted. You could put them on here, whatever you think. So to put those on, I should have cut them out of adhesive sheets, but I didn't. So I'm just going to use my glue and put just a little drop on each one and see if I can get it to stick without making a big mess. And another idea for using this liquid glue is put the glue on, let it sit for a minute, and then it's not so it won't goosh out of your pieces. So I will do that. I'll put the glue on all of these and let them sit for a minute. And then hopefully it won't come gooshing out. Okay, where did I miss here? These ones. I will show you a card I made. I always do a sample card first before I do this card for you on the video. I used Inked Occasions paper pumpkin kit for this one, and I really like the way it turned out. So to me, it's much more feminine than this one. This one to me is obviously masculine for Father's Day. This one I made from that Inked Occasions kit. This one I used a white card base, and then I just cut up the card that we get. So it goes like that and opens like this. And because it's thick white, I just don't put an extra piece of white in. I just added the extra piece of paper there. And this is a retired die cut, but I love it. And this gold piece was in the kit, so I used it. And I thought I'd like something on the back there. And then I put on these gems. They're also retired, but I thought they really picked up the colors. And that's that one. So that one sits like that. And I think it's very pretty because when you look at it sitting, it sort of is going to look like that, you know, with this away, with that gold. That is a retired, I think that was called distressed gold paper that we had, but I think that was very effective for this one. So I really liked that one too. So let's see if our pieces are ready to be put on without gooshing out, and see if I can remember how I want them. I think I will take this one. Okay, put it here. Oh, like that. And that's the round one. I'll use a hexagon one here. This is the other one. Like that. And then I'll take one of the bolts, just like that. Looks good. Then I think I'll take the other bolt and put it on the other side. I could, of course, put it up onto this piece, but I kind of think we've done enough with the rope up there. The twine, okay. And this last one, I'm just going to put over there like that. So we've got 5 things. We usually do things in odd numbers. I think that looks really good. And I could have added some of that in the inside too. All right, so there's our cards for today. I'll clear this out. There's our cards for today. Double easel fun fold. Simple. Uses more cardstock than we normally use, but I think it's a very effective card, and I like the way it looks when it's standing. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, I'd love a thumbs up. Also, I want to mention that I do have a card kit for May. Set these to the side. If you didn't see it last week, I did introduce it. So it's a card kit to go. They are fun folds. That one, and they're all using paper that we can get online, except for this one. This one is gone. This is a retired paper, but all the rest is paper that you can still get. So you would receive the 4 cards and envelopes to match. You would receive a PDF, written PDF to follow to put them together. And I also have a video, a private video that I would send you when you order the kit. If you order it in porch pickup from me, if you are local, it would be $15 for the 4 cards. If I'm mailing it, I can mail it anywhere in Canada for an extra $5. So for $20, you would get the 4 cards, the envelopes, the PDF, and the video. So you get everything except the stamping. I can't do stamping for you. In the PDF, I tell you what stamp sets I've used. You can use the same as me if you had them, or anything that you have at home. So that's our May card kit to go. All right, put those to the side. If you're interested in those, you can always contact me through my website or my email. All right. Remember that the dimensions for this card, all the cutout papers, DSP, everything that I used will be underneath the video once it posts. All right. Hope everybody has a great week.